This is J&T's Backyard Bowl.
Hello, and welcome to Backyard Bowl. I'm Jay, and I can say that I don't have a vagineck.
I'm glad you don't, because I probably wouldn't be podcasting with you if you did.
Yeah, I wouldn't be my friend either.
And I'm T, and I am so badly, eagerly awaiting the full Miller report.
Dude, you and everybody else.
Yep. What are we getting into this week, Jay?
Well, to start off with, we're getting in some BYB headlines, and getting in some little bit about that Mueller report,
Ooh, I'm looking forward to that.
as well as some Alex Jones craziness and our favorite Congresswoman, AOC.
Hell yeah. As always, we'll hit the most dreaded portion of the podcast for you and us. The TanTrumps, which aren't nearly as bad as they were last week, but they're always bad.
When are they not? Then we have special guests on this podcast. We have USA Singers.
Yes.
We are doing an interview with them, and that should be quite interesting because these motherfuckers are a riot.
Yeah. There's a funny group.
Yeah,
with,
they are awesome. I love them.
A lot of cool, humorous music and just an overall pretty hilarious demeanor about them. I really enjoyed it. And last but not least, as always, after all of the negative politics and the happy interview that we will have an even happier time to end it with science, our favorite subject.
Hell yeah, man. So, you ready to get into this? You ready to bowl?
I am ready to bowl.
Let's bowl.
Yeah, so I talked about the Mueller report, and that's going to be that's where we're going to go first, man. I think we're looking at about a middle of April release for the full thing, with whatever redactions the administration decides to input there. But
yeah.
Right now we're stuck with a 4-page fucking
Four-page.
high schoolers didn't do the homework report.
Yeah, not even Cliff Notes.
Right.
This is like, this is I don't know. I'm skeptical of this whole fucking debacle that is the releasing of this thing, because you got Barr first and foremost.
That's the biggest problem.
And I don't know if it's actually true, but I was seeing things of the Trump administration being able to edit the Mueller report.
I know they requested something like that long before its release.
Yeah.
And that was like, hey, hold on. Ability to edit it?
Yeah.
Calm down.
So the redactions are going to be, prolific throughout this entire document. So I'm worried that we're going to see a whole lot of black space.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about that too. Hopefully it's clear-cut enough to be what we hoped it would be, or somewhere close to what we hoped it would be. But
I'd like it to shed more light on just exactly the reasoning behind Barr and apparently what's his name? Deputy Attorney General.
Oh, Rosenstein.
Rosenstein, yeah.
Yeah.
Just behind their reasoning for not going for obstruction.
Exactly, yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, that's fucking obstruction.
Right.
Just in the public eye. So, I don't know.
Yeah. I know that I'm sort of looking at it with an already predetermined bias. I get that.
Obviously we're biased.
Yeah, I get that, but 4 pages isn't going to do when reportedly this thing is over 300 pages long.
Yeah, close to 400.
Yeah, 4 pages isn't doing it, brother. I'm gonna need a lot more than that with preferably as few redactions as possible, so we can kind of shed some light on some things we didn't know before. This thing went on for 2 fucking years.
Yeah.
So there's got to be stuff in there that need be known by especially Congress and definitely the American public.
Oh, most
Taxpayer
definitely.
dollars that funded this thing.
Yeah, exactly. We paid for it. We should get to see it.
Right?
In its entirety. No
Yeah.
redactions. I want to know about the aliens.
Slip that in there too.
So up next, we've got this was. I don't normally like to, report on fuckers like this, but with recent events and everything like that, I feel like that we should. So, as you know, Alex Jones is, well, for lack of a better term, a crazy person.
A lunatic.
But
yes.
yeah, he's also one of like the spearheads of this whole Sandy Hook was staged
Oh yeah, he was
fucking thing.
especially in the heat of the moment.
Yeah, so like he's been one of those guys that's long been saying that it's like, oh, it's all been staged, it's all fucking,
Yeah, fucking
like
false flag operation or
obviously child molesters are fucking involved and also pizza and and so this week Alex Jones came out and said that it was a form of psychosis, which I guess is the closest thing that we're going to get to an apology for him saying that Sandy Hook, where, all these children died,
right.
he called a fucking staged fake thing that never happened and spearheaded a fucking campaign against the, the parents of these victims.
Yeah. This one, dude. Oh, it's really rough because that's such a fucking tragedy, just so terrible, and so it's bad and good here. It's obviously fucking awful for people like Alex Jones to spread misinformation or try to fucking propagate conspiracy theories that these children are actually alive and running around. That's terrible. And what's also terrible is one of these children that deceased in the shooting, his father committed suicide this week.
Yeah.
Which is an absolute tragedy.
Jeremy Richmond.
Yeah.
And it's so sad. Because, this guy went out and he actually created a nonprofit, outreach program and stuff like that. He was doing a lot of really great work and stuff like that. But, this man was destroyed by Sandy Hook.
Exactly, yeah.
And Alex Jones, the fuckface that he is, he called out fucking this guy, Jeremy Richmond.
Oh, yeah.
He called him out
Yeah.
on one of his crazy fucking
It's like, fucking Alex Jones rants.
internet rants.
Yeah. So I guess if you want to take silver lining from this somehow, is that Alex Jones is admitting that he's a fucking lunatic, that he's suffering from psychosis in some form or another.
Yeah, you could, but at the same time, his whole thing was this was a form of psychosis that was formed by the trauma of the media.
Yeah.
Trauma of the media? He says that because the media, quote unquote, and corporations have lied so much to him, he just started thinking that everything was a conspiracy and a fake. Which, is probably true. But, dude, you got problems besides that. That's a you problem.
Yeah.
Quit trying to blame other people. You should probably, now that you say that, this is a psychosis thing, you should apologize. Because,
that would be the
you
best
helped harass and fucking, torture fucking, parents that, lost their fucking children.
Yeah, this would be torture already.
Small babies.
This would be torture without that.
Exactly.
Without the tragedy that encompasses Sandy Hook.
Yeah.
or any mass
So-
shooting, really. But when you pile on top the Alex Jones, InfoWars, fucking psychopath bullshit that claims that these people are still alive, and the parents got death threats and had to go through all of this fucking nonsense that never even should have been a thing at all.
No.
But in this post-truth fucking time that we're in, that people like Alex Jones and Trump and a host of other actual fake news outlets type of things propagate, that unacceptable, man. And you really need to take full-fledged blame here, and just an apology would be best.
Yeah. I mean, like, bare minimum.
Yeah. I spread fake news, and I'm sorry, and I'll do my best in the future to not ever. He's been completely deplatformed now, but...
Yeah, good. I mean, that's all it took was that, like, you know, he had to be completely deplatformed and is not allowed on any social media, and fucking some dude committed suicide because of it. You know, like, or at least he contributed to it.
Yeah, those are the type of after effects that I think that a lot of Trump supporters and just fake newser types don't take into account when they spew this rhetoric that they fucking know damn well has no fucking truth behind it whatsoever. They know that when they do that, and that's why this is dangerous. That's why we have to maintain truth matters. And when you go out and say things that are verifiably false, that fucking matters. Don't give me this all politicians lie bullshit. You know?
Right.
I get that, and you're right, but no, not like this, and it's not okay.
Yeah, it's it's sickening. So, yes, thank you, Alex Jones, for finally, like, owning up to the fact that you're a psychopath.
Yeah, a weird thanks question mark.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Cool.
You're psycho.
No,
For all of us?
you blamed it on another person, on something else except for yourself. Oh, okay. All right. Well, moving on, because that just makes me so goddamn angry.
Oh, yeah.
This, on the other hand, makes me happy.
Yeah, I knew you would like this one a lot, and our girl AOC, or your girl, or whoever's girl, AOC.
My girl.
Yeah.
You stay away.
I'm a big fan, but she really impressed me this week. So she's there's been so much hatred for the Green New Deal lately, and so much just outright villainy of her lately at Trump rallies and elsewhere.
Oh, she's the GOP's next boogie woman.
Yeah, definitely. She hosted a town hall on MSNBC that was pretty interesting and really kind of put out there all of the ideas on how to get there and everything. But so at this town hall, one of the co-hosts or debate opponents started talking about what steps need to be taken and where, and how do you accomplish all of these things, and is it even possible to do all of these things all at once, or is it kind of not completely discrediting it all the way, but just sort of poking holes and saying that maybe it's too ambitious, possibly.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a standard thing of every kind of like big change like this. Oh no, it's too ambitious. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, like, for what it's worth, the rep that was on there, he's actually a former GOP member of Congress, Bob Inglis, from South Carolina. He says he believes in climate change, and he was just trying to like focus it more on climate change. It's like, hey, like, it takes a long time to get this shit through fucking, like all the committees that it has to go through.
Right.
Like, you should probably just focus on climate change.
Right.
Just climate change. Worry about universal health care and, gun reform and stuff like that. Like, all the other stuff that you guys want to do, like, wait on that and focus on this. Cause,
yeah.
Which, like, to be honest with you, like, I kind of agree with him.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Because,
seeing as how we don't have the power right now, and none of these things are probably going to get done anytime soon.
Oh, yeah.
But if there's anything you could do, that might be the one that you want to tackle first and foremost.
Yeah, that should be a priority. Because, like, that's how we stay, like, alive.
Habitable planet mode.
Yeah. So, like, I agree with him on that front. But tell us what she did.
Oh yeah, this was super impressive on her part. So he said his piece that you sort of just outlined, and the crowd was really quick to kind of get into an uproar, and specifically someone. Yeah, sort of one of these audience members screamed out "moron," like super loud, to where it was pretty apparent. They waited for that like quiet moment after the crowd got loud to let it be known their disapproval.
Yeah.
And AOC was really quick on the spot with, "Hey, no, unacceptable, not acceptable at all." When the person that said moron is pretty much combating a position that she supports. So I thought it was super impressive because, and she followed that up with, "That's the difference between me and Trump." Because he would probably spotlight that guy and highlight him and say, like, "That's my guy right there. Hell yeah, he is a moron." And everyone would chant moron for the next 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And then it would be the typical Trump rally type fucking psycho bullshit.
Yeah, it's definitely like, it does highlight that. I think she could have just, like, let it go at that. Mm-hmm. Like, "Hey, no, that's unacceptable." And I liked her other thing, not like, "Hey, that's the difference between me and Trump." Like, yeah, I mean, like, you don't have to say it like that.
It's pretty evident that her and Trump are not anywhere near the same
I don't like it because, I don't know, it just kind of seems like it makes it, like, less genuine that way, I guess.
Yeah, it's sort of picking a political fight that's unwarranted.
But, like, I like what she said afterward. Let's debate, not debase.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if she had ended at that, I would have just been like, "Oh, dude."
Yeah, that was the big one.
5-star.
Yeah, that was the really big one. And it goes back to that point that I've kind of been hammering down on the podcast lately, is I'm all for the discourse that goes into the Green New Deal or any policy for that matter. Is hell yeah. We should absolutely debate and talk about ways to improve or change the Green New Deal or make it better, whatever we need to do to do that. But attack that Green New Deal in a way that's going to change it in a way that works for everybody. But don't attack the person and don't name call. We're taking a step down to fucking Trump Town if we do shit like that.
Yeah.
And that's what
Trump Town is bad town. You don't want to go to bad town.
That's what she was really pointing out there.
Yeah.
Is we need to play this game, but not in the way that they play this game.
Yeah. Speaking of not attacking the person and attacking the message, how about we attack the person?
I'm down to attack the person for a little bit.
All right.
It's kind of a staple of this podcast.
Yeah, that's exactly what we do because we're hypocrites. Now we've got TanTrumps.
Yeah.
So, you want to take this one or should I?
I guess I'll take it. This one's kind of weird and a little bit against the way that you would think things would work, but the president is threatening to shut down the U.S.-Mexico border.
Yeah.
Starting next week. And I don't know, I think he said something about, like, they need to change, Mexico needs to do more enforcement or something to avoid this, but I don't understand, what this is going to achieve here, because it's so antithetical to the wall talk, the border wall talk that Trump loves, they can never get away from.
Oh, yeah, like, when you think about it, that really... that really kind of fucks up the whole, concept of, like, yeah, we need a border wall because they keep coming through the border. But because things are going bad down there, we're going to shut down the ports of entry, where a majority of fucking people and everything flows through. But the thing that boggles my mind about this is that, like, look, like, the economy's doing all right. It could be doing better, but, you know, we've got these tariffs that are starting to take their toll. And this is just going to make things worse. Like, if dude's looking to be reelected in 2020, the last thing you need to do is shut down the fucking border. Because that south border, yeah, it lets in, you know, like, that's where a lot of these refugees and all these families are coming from and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. They're coming through the southern border. Yes, I get that. I understand that. I mean, mind you, it's not at the fucking, like, you know, the height of the 1990s, early 2000 levels.
Right.
But, I mean, it's still pretty high, and it's getting higher, which I think has something to do with Trump always literally talking about it and shutting down our government, you know, so it's over all the airways forever, you know, for like a month, if not more. Yeah. I mean, shit, we've been talking about this for, what, since the midterms?
Yeah.
Since before the midterms.
September 2018.
You know, the caravan scare.
Yeah, it's been a good while, and I don't see how that can possibly do any good to. It's kind of the any publicity is good publicity thing, but in a retrospect, that you'd think that the people in Guatemala or Honduras or any of those South American countries don't see these things and don't see this constantly over the airwaves and the media hog that Trump is.
Yeah.
Like, of course they fucking see that.
Yeah, he's creating this problem. Like, the uptick that's happening now, like, I'm just going to go ahead and, like, put all of my fucking, you know, eggs in this basket and say that, like, Trump focusing on this so fucking much is causing more people to come to the border. Yeah. Because they're afraid that he's going to go completely cut off the whole asylum thing. So they need to get it done now.
Yeah. And I think the biggest one here for me is just how contradictory this is to the wall propaganda thing that he won't ever shut the fuck up about. Is that, so we got to have the wall, but you got to shut down the ports of entry to stop immigration.
Right.
So you're conceding the point that we've always made on this podcast and the general consensus from the Department of Homeland Security, amongst other different areas that look into this data, will give you that that's where they're coming in. They're coming in there, they're claiming asylum at the office at the port of entry. They're not fucking jumping over the wall that's there or going over the fucking geographical fucking areas that are extremely hard to fucking traverse. They're fucking coming through the ports of entry, and you're going to shut that down and just backlog the hell out of the fucking system that's already in trouble.
But see, that's the thing. Like, what I'm more worried about, like, I mean, yeah, that sucks that they're shutting it down for all those people. But it's like, dude, you're also shutting down the economy. Like, you're gonna fucking completely fucking, like, kill the fucking imports that come from, like, the, you know, entire southern half of the continent. Yeah. And also South America. Because, you know, a lot of that shit's trucked up.
And people, there's tons of people down there on the border that work on the other side of the border.
Oh, let's not even talk about that. Yeah.
Their families or
so
loved ones.
It's not only going to be like, you know, like a nationwide, like, lowering of the economy, but it's going to have a devastating effect on those border communities that, like, rely on that, like, daily travel type stuff. Yeah. You know, this shit's fucked, man. Yeah, like, you want a good way to not be president and get arrested as soon as you get out of office because, like, we don't know what's gonna happen. Right. Yeah, shut down the border for a few months. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
And that's the other thing. Like, how long are we gonna do this?
Yeah,
you're gonna shut it down for what are we
motherfucker?
Doing?
It's
are we
about
putting
to be...
the border in detention for a day? Are we fucking locking the border in a cage for a while?
I'm not gonna fucking stand idly by and go into summer and not have myself some fucking guacamole. Right. Because, like, dude.
Get those avocados.
Avocados from Mexico.
As fast as you can.
Like.
The more the better.
Yeah. Like, I'm not having that. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
I'll get it on the streets and protest.
that'd be a real good way
I need my guac.
That'd be a real good way to lose the election. Just take away Americans' guac.
I need my avocado toast. I'm a millennial.
Yeah, right?
You ever had that?
I have, and it's pretty tasty.
I understand why I'm
It's I don't understand the huge buzz over it, but it's good. I like it. I don't dislike it.
Really?
Put it that way.
I love it.
I don't not like it. My
Don't
favorite.
not like it?
Yeah.
Double negative.
My favorite.
I hate you.
Moving right along here in TanTrumps. So, the never-ending pursuit to completely destroy Obamacare is reignited right now.
Yeah.
They are going after it in the courts as hard as they can to, at this point, determine that it's already been determined at the Supreme Court level that it's constitutional as a tax. But to undo that at lower level courts and eventually get it back to the Supreme Court now that you have Kavanaugh and Gorsuch in there.
Yep.
Kind of, since you've changed things up a little bit since the last time we visited the ACA, they're looking to just dismantle the hell out of this thing. They've already torn it apart as much as they can, and now they're going for the heart.
Yeah, they cut fucking advertising, they cut funding, any way, shape, and form that they can. And, yeah, I mean, basically, Trump has taken all of his great goodwill that he garnered up, quote unquote, from, like, being, quote unquote, vindicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exonerated.
From exonerated from the fucking Mueller report, which, you know, what was the key line of that?
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that I hate to backtrack, but I really badly want to backtrack and say that the report quote said that none of this exonerates the president from obstruction of justice.
Exactly. So, you know, that's still out for debate, I think. But yeah, so like he took that and decided like, okay, yeah, no, I'm going to do whatever I want. Let's get rid of people's health care. Yeah.
Yeah, he was feeling like super Trump at the time.
Yeah, I can do whatever I want.
And a few of our other TanTrumps kind of touch on this, but he's been super on cloud nine right now. And so he even came so far as to say just the other day that the GOP will be known as the party of healthcare. Right after they completely take away everything that Obamacare offers. So, yeah, it's so oxymoronic that I can't even really wrap my mind around it.
Yeah, but I mean, no, he's got a plan, right?
He says he has a plan.
What's the plan? I mean, I'm sure he has a pretty concise, multi-page document that, is going to be way, way better than what, Obamacare has now, right? I mean, it has to be fucking super laid out and in place because, how could you, completely remove Obamacare?
Take it all away.
Take it all away, make all these people lose their fucking health care without some sort of really super hardcore, well thought out plan.
Yeah, maybe a Medicare for all or something, the type of Democrats are running on. No, Trump does have a plan like what you're describing that's not in writing that he won't tell us.
Oh.
We don't get to know that.
What did he tell us?
That they will be known as the party of healthcare.
Oh.
And that's it. It's sort of very, very, very reminiscent of campaign Trump, of candidate Trump.
Big and beautiful?
Yeah, big and beautiful and tremendous and bigly and everything. A ton of fucking adjectives that most of which don't make sense in the context you're using them. And that when there really is nothing.
Wow.
A big nothing. That there's no fucking plan for healthcare. And I thought it was hilarious, the look on Mitch McConnell's face when he said that. Fucking, he might as well have just gone inside of the shell. The turtle shell that he lives in. So he looked at Trump like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, some healthcare plan. We don't have shit. Our objective is to take it all away.
Yeah. Are you kidding?
Yeah. So that was pretty fucking weird that he would even think that that's doable or possible within their party's constructive
Yeah, I don't think he realizes that he doesn't have the house anymore. So I mean that's cute though. I mean, like, yeah, go ahead and die on that sword, bro.
Yeah, the key part of that you brought up was so the ACA was implemented in like 2010.
Oh yeah, we were talking about this before we started the cast. Yeah, I don't think people, especially like, hardcore Trumpers or just like people who vote right, remember what like pre-2010 was like.
Yeah, this fucking weird long ago time when the history books weren't quite scribed out yet.
Yeah.
That insurance companies could straight up tell you to fuck off if you had cancer.
Yeah.
Or really any condition pre-existing that they deemed that they could not afford ahead of time.
There were policies out there that if you got cancered, you got your insurance canceled. Mm-hmm. Like, oh fuck, I got cancer. I'm so glad that I got insurance. Oh, you have cancer? Sorry, we don't cover you.
Yeah, cancer.
Wait, what?
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a pre-existing condition.
Yeah.
But I just got it. Yeah, but you have it now, and now we don't cover you. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Ha.
Like, it's this fucking
fucked
insurance
up
loophole
crazy.
that Obamacare was designed specifically to close.
Yeah.
And they specifically are killing Obamacare and allowing things like that to go again.
Yeah, so like, yeah, if Obamacare gets repealed, which I don't necessarily think will happen fully, unless they come up with like, an actual plan. Yeah, you can look forward to getting back to pre-2010 era.
Yeah.
Where everything was super fucking expensive, and if you had anything like, prior fucking, conditions, you were just basically told to fuck off and die.
Yeah. You had two options. Either pay through the fucking roof because you have a condition we will cover, but you're going to pay through the roof for it. Or you have cancer or something else we're not going to cover you. You cannot be on our insurance. That's your access to healthcare that GOP advocates for, and that's the line they love to fucking use is access to healthcare. Yeah, you have access, you have a fucking phone number to an insurance company you can call, to which point the automated system will tell you to fuck off when you press 1 for cancer.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't get that shit.
Freedom of choice.
Yeah.
You can die
capitalism
or
at
go
its finest.
bankrupt.
Yeah.
Don't you want that?
the insurance companies and capitalism combining to culminate into this fucking sickening system where if you're too sick, you fuck off and die.
Yeah. Well, if you're too sick and too poor.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah,
Because,
if you have money, everything's fine.
Yeah, everything's fine.
You're good to go.
Good to go. All right. What's next?
Oh, let's see here. So, one of my favorite lately, congressman, Adam Schiff.
Oh, yeah.
So I think I shared the link with you to his most recent fucking retort to the GOP.
That was inspiring.
Right? It was amazing.
What did you put it? It was like it couldn't be more well done than a movie.
Yeah, you couldn't write that shit into a Hollywood script or any kind of drama or fucking mystery or anything like that better.
Tell us about it.
It was fucking amazing. So, about the time, we've already talked about the fucking Mueller report, and Trump's on the fucking victory lap about it because he thinks that the words "not completely exonerated" mean completely exonerated all the way, and they don't mean that. But he's on the victory lap of assuming that it does mean that. And they were real quick, the White House was real quick to push out a memorandum calling for people like Adam Schiff to be held to account or resign. And Trump came out and just on like C-SPAN said, yeah, he should probably fucking hang it up. Just resign. You're done.
Yeah.
And real soon after that, about I think 7 or 8 GOP House members on the House Intel Committee.
Trumpites.
Yeah, so a bunch of the Trumpites fucking followed suit and echoed that exactly and called for his resignation in House session. Schiff was having none of it. Zero of it.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll break it down real quick here. It was trending on Twitter earlier in the week was you might think it's okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed this because you might think it's okay that the president's son and Jared Kushner and Paul Manafort all met with Russians. Well, I don't think that's okay. You might think it's okay that Trump outright called on the Russians on camera to hack the DNC, and they acted on that, or at least attempted that later in that exact same day. You might think that's okay. I don't think that's okay. And he went on and on and on. And three words at the end really, really hammered the nail down for me were immoral, unethical, and unpatriotic. And he's pretty much looking at Devin Nunes the whole time he's saying this, who sits like a seat or two down from him on the House Intel Committee. And it was the best congressional speech I've seen in a very long time.
That's pretty damn awesome.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. So,
I don't think Schiff's going anywhere.
Hell no, he's not going anywhere. The tantrum portion of this is that, so he's asking for his resignation, and he's calling him a pencil neck.
Yeah.
Pencil neck Schiff.
I think our guests actually managed to get that Vagineck trending.
Yeah, that was up on the list earlier in the day. I think Friday or Thursday.
So, little tit for tat.
Yeah.
Against old Cheeto there, with the Vagineck. I like that because it's strangely vaginal.
From certain angles, it's very weird looking.
Yeah, it's creepy.
It's kind of funny that Trump's talking shit on a guy with a not vaginal looking neck.
Yeah,
his neck looks that way. Like, dude, look at your neck.
Yeah, like, dude, you shouldn't be fucking criticizing other people's necks. Have you seen your own?
Yeah, don't be neck judgmental.
Do all of your mirrors end at the chin in the White House or something? Because you should probably.
That's not that far-fetched. They might.
Yeah, they might.
What do we got last up here on the TanTrumps list for the week?
So, in true Trumpian form, we had another rally. And I feel like I've said this before. I feel like this is all deja vu. But surprise, surprise, Trump gets out there and starts spewing garbage. That's where he was calling Schiff pencil neck. And he once again came out and said that he should resign and stuff like that. He also went off the fucking rails and started leading a chant about AOC sucks.
Yeah.
AOC sucks because she's the new boogie woman of the right.
Yeah.
She's the evil socialist woman.
Lock her up got old, I guess.
She dances. You gotta watch out for her.
It's forbidden.
So he basically comes out and just calls all of the congressional investigations that are currently going on, which are all very well valid and, justified. Mm-hmm. He calls them ridiculous bullshit.
Oh, how presidential of him.
Yeah. Well, we're way past presidential at this point in time. Let's face it.
I don't know why I had any hope that he would behave presidentially.
But yeah, the TanTrump is basically the entire rally.
Yeah.
Because it was bad.
That one really felt like a Trump's greatest hits of fucking 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
The lock her up, the fucking AOC sucks, fucking there was no collusion, big witch hunt. It was all the fucking one-liner bullshits that he's fucking put out there forever. And then he had the nerve to call it their ridiculous bullshit that they're investigating his criminal activity.
Exactly. It's a mad world, man.
Yeah, it's not. It's getting worse faster than it's getting better at this point. But that's what TanTrumps is for.
Yeah, but hey, it's always darkest before the storm.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
So, unfortunately, we're not done with TanTrumps. Actually, no, I think we are. We are done with TanTrumps.
Yeah, we are.
All right. Well,
I just kind of waited on you to realize it as well.
yeah. So, I think it's time we go ahead and let the people hear the interview.
Yeah, it's Backyard Bowl first. We sat down for a little bit over the air here with the USA Singers, and it was interesting, funny, and only slightly provocative.
It was a blast. I don't know what you're talking about. I had a blast.
Yeah, it was fun. They were very very fun guys to talk to.
I wish we could do that in person because I bet you that's a big party time.
Yeah, from their end, it sounded like I wanted to be there very badly. But
Most definitely. Well, I hope you all enjoy this, and we'll hit you back up once the interview is done. So, yeah, I mean, if you guys are ready to get started, I mean, this would be a quick little one-shot. I mean,
we didn't start yet. We were already started. We started like 3 hours ago.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, there's a whole thing going on here. I can't be responsible personally. I am Frankie D, and that is Rutherford Hayes. You can call him Purple Haze.
right.
Yeah, thanks for talking to us. I listened to a few podcasts, past 4 or 5. They're pretty fucking funny. Are you guys outside for real?
Not right now. We're on the computer right now, but pretty much every other podcast is.
Yeah, that's cool. It sounds like it. I like it.
They're in the internet.
It's the whole premise of the Backyard Bowl thing that we do here. Just kind of sitting in the backyard bullshitting.
Excellent.
We're not in the backyard. we're in the studio.
We're in the basement.
We're in the basement.
Yeah, you guys sound a lot better than us, that's for certain.
You guys sound great, man.
We're trying to work on our quality.
Wembley Stadium. Did this start yet?
Yeah, sure.
Do we have 1,000 pod viewers yet?
No, unfortunately not.
Still working on that one.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I see. Well, so wait, this is not live, so this is going to be just put out later?
Yeah, I think I might be able to set something up real quick. I don't have too much experience with ODB or OBS.
It's not even a thing. You know, you guys do your thing.
Bastard?
Yeah, we had planned on just kind of implanting it into where we usually do our main story on the podcast.
Gotcha.
If that works for you.
Yeah, I'll just tell these people no. Can we curse?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dude, these guys curse. I listen. They curse. They say fuck. They say shit.
Can we smoke weed?
Yeah.
Trump plays golf.
Gotcha.
You know.
Dude, these guys hate Trump.
Dude, so weed.
No,
so
like
bad.
I was listening to them. They fucking hate
So, dude,
Trump.
you're our best friend.
Yeah, they're really. They're.
Oh, yeah.
Great. I'm sorry. They really. They
Good. See, Rutherford has heard your
I
podcast.
do my
I had to set up the whole studio to make this work, and he was doing research. That's how we.
Yeah, we were listening to a few of your tracks before we started this, and I had heard a few beforehand anyway. Pretty hilarious stuff, fellas.
Thank you very much. Which songs?
I like the Kavanaugh one, personally.
That's our newest. That we just dropped that 2 weeks ago.
Oh, nice. I didn't realize it was that new. I was just listening to Border Wall earlier.
All right, that's all for. See, we released an album on a year after the election, so like November of 2018, 17. When did we release the
so
record?
maybe you should explain what initially, because I don't know. Are they?
What year is it now? 2019? Is that?
Yeah, it's 2019.
2019.
So far,
right? That's good. We're moving along.
That's usually how time works. Is forward.
Right. Linear.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Freddie, Frankie.
Oh boy. We're off to a good start.
This is fantastic.
The studio down there sounds like a really good hangout.
Listen, ladies, relax.
when did you guys actually start this whole USA Singers thing?
So yeah,
We've been friends and compatriots and songwriters and bandmates for approaching 20 years now in different projects. We're involved in a lot of different situations. We've toured and performed all over the world in different configurations. And this latest project was started on the evening of November 8th, was it?
The election-
I'm bad with...
Frankie.
Right, no, what was... Election day, whatever the date, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think
That was 2006.
Yeah, 2016 is when we got elected.
This project was born the evening of the election. Okay?
Damn.
The results were coming in.
And like you guys, we lost our minds.
We lost our mind.
exactly. Yeah.
So I wrote all these lyrics in 3 days after the election. I didn't sleep. And then, we sat on the words. I didn't was going to actually become president. I thought all this shit would come out and like he wouldn't make it to the inauguration. But anyway, so he did. I didn't want to make this record. After inauguration, I was like, we got to just put out some fucking music to just fuck this guy. Just fuck him. And it was overwhelming at the beginning. I came down, was like, try to bang it. Because I just wrote, usually tunes at the piano all together. This I just wrote, I typed in all the words on my, and yeah, no music, just like an idea about what I want to say. Just being horrified and just, mock this clown.
I definitely feel your pain, man.
Right, so, but I didn't want to do this. This record, because we write, like I said, we've been in other projects, we've written a lot of other songs, professional musicians, and like I said, we've played all made a lot of records. But you know what? It's interesting. We make records, different band name. That's kind of how we, right?
Yeah, several band names.
No, but we make a record, band name, and then
Yeah.
that's like what we do.
And then this shit happened. And then
So, one of my good friends, who's not here, she's actually in Portchester, New York. She said, when there's a tragedy on Earth, I usually write a tune about it, but this time, there's 18 songs and counting, and more on deck.
It's an ongoing tragedy right now. So.
Every day, it's tragic.
yeah,
Hell yeah. Keep them coming, fellas.
Fresh
hell.
Right. Yes. What
So-
new fresh hell will befall us today?
Speaking of
Today's
fresh
almost
hell, what did you guys think of the Mueller report?
Well, we were obviously
I'm
right.
ready to
We
hear
haven't. We don't know. Well, when you
Or-
about it,
Or the four-page
yeah. Come on.
summary from Barr.
Fuck Barr,
You guys know.
Right.
he's the fucking plant from Iran country. This country went downhill with Reagan. These clowns want to fucking put Reagan up as like this god. Reagan was a piece of shit puppet that fucking took the solar panels off the White House. That fucking Jimmy Carter, he's practically saint. Tried to get us off oil. Listen, I mean, how far go down the rabbit hole?
Yeah.
All the way, or just fucking like
Wait. Go in. Go balls deep.
Right, shoot.
Can we say balls deep into the rabbit hole on your
Shout
podcast?
out
Oh, yeah,
Balls
that's
on
fine.
Twitter, our Twitter clan. Right? No, we gotta give shout out to Twitter friend. Balls is our friend.
No, absolutely. I love
Right.
balls out.
We got a lot of friends on Twitter that help spreading our music.
Yeah, you guys have quite a following. It's pretty impressive on Twitter. It's kind of what got us listening to a few of your tracks. So, you want to just give us an idea of the whole creative process, like putting together something like the Kavanaugh or the Border Wall or whatever it is with
Well,
people
like now it's like other tunes, but the album is something. So that was like the initial thing, and then like new tunes are So what do you want to talk about?
Well, we know, okay, listen, but we know each other and we've been playing music together forever, so there are some, mostly we write songs separately, but then we also set the night and shit together.
Well, we did have another band where we started collaborating.
Yeah.
A lot. So that was like kind of the impetus to say, hey, usually we do write songs by ourselves, but like, in the past couple years, we've been writing songs together, different experience, and we can write songs a lot faster together.
Yeah.
I see.
It's there's a scientific basis to it. You know, you put two things together, it's like oil and water. And I think having to.
No, it's not.
Well, no, it's like when two bits of oil meet each other.
Listen,
Or it's
okay.
easy.
So oil and oil.
I would battery. It's like it's really that's not what it's like. Batteries in a series, when you put batteries together, you actually get more output. You can get more output than the sum of batteries.
Oil and water.
Okay, moving on. Next.
All right. Moving
Anyway,
on.
listen, we're a bunch of, this band, we are over 20 people strong, and it's all like old friends who recorded and played in dozens of projects together, and still, we record and play on other projects all over the world. We're like a whole collective of musicians that came together to, we have to mock in fucking solidarity and like give inspiration to, because the world needs protest music because shit is fucked up.
We agree with you wholeheartedly.
And there's not a lot of people making music, right? And so our heroes, Bob Dylan and Crosby, Stills and Nash, people that like Marvin Gaye,
Rage
Stevie Wonder, Against the Machine, voice, people that
Public
fucking
Enemy.
Right, Snoop, and like we like all kinds of music. We literally play I play classical and jazz and everything.
The whole point of the
Everything.
Orange
We do
album
everything.
is the
We're fucking all over the place.
Together. So the whole-
Right. Part of what we diversity of American music by playing in all different styles of music because we can, because that's what we do.
That's what America is.
Right. And America is the spirit of diversity, and that's while we're fucking sticking it, man.
I like that. That's deep. Super.
Thank you to our artists, resident art. We have people that are inspired by our music and our message that like share their art with us and like make band art.
That was one of the things I wanted to touch on was any kind of shout outs you wanted to give here.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people on Twitter that we really love. So there's band members. There's at FDR Rocks, at Jackie O Nice Ass, at Sally Mal.
Well, those are some of the band members are on.
Yeah, I recently just followed a lot of these.
Artists, Pebbles 9010 and Jake Rip 17, Xylee D makes some art for us, and McSpocky has been an early supporter of the band.
Oh, McSpocky's hilarious.
And Krabby we love.
Oh yeah, gotta love Aunt Krabby.
Lee 50, great, we love her.
Hell yeah.
Wes Jordan is a fan of the band.
David Crosby,
Rosie O'Donnell, Trish Arquette. I think the Pope follows us, right? No, the Pope doesn't.
That would be hilarious if he did, though. Well,
One day.
with any luck, the release of this podcast will gain you a few more fans and us a few more listeners, and it'll just work out for everyone.
Right.
I just tweeted about you guys. Does the show have a Twitter account? I sent you both your own.
No, we just each have our own Twitter handles.
Okay, I sent that out.
See, the band has a Twitter account, but I run it. I also have a personal account, but I basically retweet the band on that because how much fucking social media can I really do?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I didn't want to manage another account on top of.
I had so
my
much,
normal
right? Yeah.
Backyard Bull J. So you guys selling any albums? Do you have a
all over the
website?
world, actually, it's not great. And listen, Pledge Music is having all kinds of crazy trouble. You can't even get our album right. And there's this all controversy. I mean, we can talk fucking 10 hours about all the crazy shit that's going down right now. So yeah, we do have vinyl, a double orange translucent vinyl LP deluxe gatefold set, and CDs
nice.
and digital and all that shit. Yeah,
Where
it's
can
actually
people buy that?
what on Pledge Music? It was actually really cool. Pledge is like had Willie Nelson, and it was like a major thing. It was like we were honored to be on Pledge, but then all of a sudden they had this fucking thing where like it just went like you can't buy their. They had a crazy shit go down. It was a meltdown of Pledge, and like so we're working that out. Our record company is like telling me they're trying to get another distributor, but yeah, it's this whole shit show. Anyway, they
Get
can
in touch with us on Twitter.
if they get in touch with us on Twitter, we can fucking get we'll ship. But right now we're dealing with that. You know, it's always so we've had videos banned off YouTube. It's like social media. It's crazy. We've had Russian hackers try to hack our website and shit.
Oh, Jesus.
We have all kinds of stories.
But you can also, here's the other thing. You can get the music on the internet right now.
But you can also get
YouTube. No, we're fine with that. That's, you know, we're in this for making people happy.
Right, but here's the thing that, you know, it's interesting. I don't know how much of the record business you fucking know about, but it's a horrible, horrible industry. It's really, you know, you have to go out and play music in order to make some money, and like that's a fucking, you know, musicians really have to work for it. Making records is not financially lucrative, and it really never was. They're meant to support the tour. I mean, some artists were lucky and got the publishing. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that we're definitely going through an issue with our distributor. No, we are. No, people should know that. And this is a good way to. But
So can we buy your stuff on iTunes yet?
Yeah, sure. We're on iTunes. We're on Spotify, Amazon. But yeah, we do. Listen. We're on MySpace. We're on. We're on fucking AOL. AIM, right? USA Singers. We're on Mushrooms right now. We're right. You guys ever hear nitrous oxide?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, they give that shit to pregnant women.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Right, we write songs about drugs too.
Nice.
The whole concept album with songs including nitrous and LSD
Well, I think we might have to save the drug album for another time. You playing us out?
I don't know. No, we're just hanging out. So what else do you want to talk about? Anything else?
Well, I think we kind of hit everything we already wanted to, and as long as you got your everything you wanted to say,
did we get our plugs in? You can't physically buy our record unless you contact us on Twitter, USA Singers, at the USA Singers. We'll get you out a copy of the vinyl or CD.
And we have a plan on putting out music now. We put the album out, and now we're putting music out on a regular basis. So we're planning on putting out a regular
singles. That has to be. That's what's happening. So, right. Because we're just trying to get the word of the band out, organically, and
protest fucking
right.
ministry.
And at the right moment, we're right with a live show, so you can see what we're all about. But it's going to be a big production. Got to wait for the right opportunity.
Hell yeah!
The world has to want it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're not just going to put that shit out there at fucking Bill's bar down the street. It's going to be a fucking big show.
Excellent.
The people have to really want it. But we are active. We are busy. Many bands all over the place, and situations that you have no idea. We're a little bit of a mystery. We're kind of like fucking Kiss meets Daft Punk meets the Gorillaz, but like we got all kinds of shit going on.
Nice.
And we want it that way, because we want to be able to motherfuck Trump and the fucking dumbass conservatives, without fucking. It's a lot more fun to do it anonymously.
I feel you there.
That fucking guy.
Right?
But I would say that to his face if I had to. Because he's really that much of shit. I'm a pretty respectful guy normally, but like, Trump and the Republicans bring out the fucking worst in me.
Yeah, I hear that.
They really do. Because I don't understand their selfishness.
Bring out the worst in you.
Right, I want all people on Earth to be equal. That's like the goal, right, of humanity, and for everyone to have fucking education and healthcare and fucking air conditioning and heat and like good food and water. That should be the goal of the planet Earth, you know. And until people get on board with that shit, I think you're a fucking idiot.
Hell yeah,
Sorry.
No, I wholeheartedly agree. I think that's
Clap it up, lady. The ladies like that one,
I think if you don't agree with that, something's fucking wrong with you.
right? What's wrong with you? Like, why is that a radical? Like, why is AOC radical for wanting clean water and clean air? How is that fucking
Especially
radical?
because we have to. Like,
Right,
and here's the reason: because you have no fucking choice.
I guess they can have their underground bunkers. They do have a choice. They're like, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck them. They have their bunkers with
Power
their
of
nest,
music.
their nest water.
Power of music. The Nestle water.
Right. Get your fucking Nestle water out of my face.
All right, guys. Well, I think we got in everything we wanted to get out of it. So,
Let's keep going.
best of luck to you on the
Thank you.
on the music. We'll keep listening and definitely be retweeting your stuff out on Twitter from time to time. So,
Same here.
excellent.
Absolutely.
and you guys are more than
if
welcome
you guys
back
put out,
anytime.
whenever, you know, we'll sit down and talk whenever about what, if you want to talk about sports or fucking science or fucking
They have a
whatever.
great dude. They have.
I know, dude.
That might be the next.
Shoot us some shit. Let's
I
talk.
honestly,
You know, we're
I thought we were doing on Happy Science. I was kind of excited.
that might
we
be the
talk
next
about
plan of
it, right?
attack is get in on some science talk next time.
They do great.
Let's
science
do this,
shit on
man.
it.
Come on,
Yeah.
we're not going anywhere. Whatever you guys want, you know. But whatever. I mean,
We'll do it next time.
next time.
All
Next
It's
time.
cool.
We
You
should-
guys work with what you got. Try to make us look cool because we are fucking really cool, actually.
Oh yeah,
Kavanaugh,
that'll be.
Play Kavanaugh, play xenophobia. You know, make
Play it
the
all.
people right, make people understand what's going on around. And yeah, whenever you want to talk to us, but make sure you like tweet something that has the link in it or whatever, so we can.
Oh yeah, well,
We'll definitely.
Once it's ready.
I'm definitely putting both your names up on Twitter, and then if there's a thing for the podcast,
Sure, no, Jay, you send me a fucking message.
oh yeah, I'll send you the iTunes link or just right from the website itself.
You guys are talking about cool shit.
Yeah, totally.
But thank you guys for being on. Thanks for doing this. Sorry for the delay in the beginning, but
No, it's all good.
we gotta do the actual podcast now that we've done the interview, and it's been a pleasure.
All right.
All right, take it easy, fellas.
Thank you.
like
That was awesome. All right, you guys have a wonderful weekend.
Same to you.
Yeah, same to you guys. Thank you very much for having us on. We
thank
had a
you
lot of.
Absolutely. Thank you all.
All right.
Maisie thought it was a great job.
Amazing the best.
Bye, Maisie. I'll miss you.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
All right. That was so cool. I'm glad we got to do that.
That was a
I can't
lot of
wait to
fun.
have him back on.
Yeah, I'm really happy that they're so open and willing and fucking down to come back. You know, and maybe next time we talk about science or fucking whatever the whenever something super inflammatory comes up, maybe that'll be the thing.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
They're really on top of it.
Oh yeah, vagineck.
Yeah.
That's where all that came from, by the way. Was from that interview.
Yeah.
So
A little pre-post there, just to let you know, the Vagineck thing, they really hit the spot there, and I think they had a large part in helping that trend earlier in the week on Twitter.
I'm pretty sure that was a Purple Haze there. I'm pretty sure he started that.
Yeah, Rutherford Purple Haze.
Yeah, he started.
Yeah,
Vagineck.
I believe he might have been the instigator for the entire Vagineck thing.
Yeah, I mean that's.
It's pretty fucking hilarious.
I believe they call that a social media influencer.
Influencer is the word now, I believe,
Yeah.
that they're using. The kids these days are using.
The kids these days. Yeah. Well, normally, like, I'm in a bad mood when we start this, but I'm in a pretty good mood after that interview.
I know, this is kind of weird because at this point, we're kind of ready for a good reason. because
We're downtrodden and miserable of fucking dealing with politics all night.
We've just hit our main story of what the Trump administration is fucking fucking up this week or whatever they've done that's so terrible that we can't get over, and we're absolutely ready to get to Happy Science Time. And that interview sort of got me ready, but not in the way that bad news does, but I'm still happy about it.
Oh yeah, we're continuing on the train of happy.
It's weird with so much happiness in one podcast.
Yeah, this is way too happy of a podcast. We gotta tone it down.
Right?
All right, well, let's get right into it. Why don't you go ahead and take it off?
First this week, so this one was super interesting to me. You know, it wouldn't be Happy Science Time really ever without space mode, because it's kind of one of the fucking coolest things that happens on the day-to-day or on the weekly or monthly in science.
Well, yeah, that and we're big space nerds.
Yeah, so be happy that this week we finally sort of took a break from Elon Musk and SpaceX and everything else, but we still are going to talk about space a bit. And more specifically, the TESS satellite. So I had to look it up because I didn't remember, but TESS is the Transient Exoplanet. I cannot find the acronym here. Shit. I lost the acronym, Jacob. Or Jay. I'm sorry. But, it's been looking at the sky since about July of last year. It's sort of the replacement to Kepler, if y'all remember Kepler. And one of the big highlights to take away from it here is that it is 400 times the viewable area of Kepler, of what Kepler was. And I have a ton of interesting facts about this, but most recently it discovered what they called a hot Saturn, basically. It's basically about the size of Saturn, but about the right distance from its star, because that's kind of its whole goal, is to sort of observe that. I fucked the acronym up, by the way.
Oh man.
Yeah. But that's its whole goal, is to observe the brightening and dimming of the planet's, the orbiting planet around its star. So when it eclipses its star, it'll observe that dimming. And I thought this was super cool because the people who qualified to study this are called astroseismologists.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's scientific.
Coolest job title ever.
Right?
I'm pretty much an astroseismologist. Whoa. And those brightenings and dimmings of the star that they're studying, they refer to as starquakes. If that wasn't cool enough for you.
That's a sci-fi word if I ever heard it.
I know, it sounds like something straight out of fucking Interstellar or something.
Yeah.
But so this hot Saturn that I described that they just recently discovered, it has about we have a 365-day year. This thing has about a 14-day year, but it's about the size of Saturn and about the right distance from its star to be habitable in that sort of Goldilocks zone.
Damn,
we've
that's
discussed
crazy.
before. I know, right? Weird how the universe sort of has that way of being a universe. It fucking doesn't abide.
That's nuts. You don't normally see big gas giants like that super close, but still, wow.
Yeah, and this thing's got its work cut out for it. But here's the big thing that I took away from the article was. So I already mentioned that it has an area 400 times that of Kepler that they can survey constantly, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
And right now they have the TESS Habitable Zone Star Catalog. Zone Star Catalog, yeah. That includes 1,822 stars that it's going to be looking at.
Oh, these are all super, super close, bright stars, though, right? As opposed to before, where Kepler was only looking at one little tiny small, static subsection of the galaxy.
Yeah.
And now TESS is going to be look at the closest ones to us. Figuring out where we need to go next.
Get us on the Musk fast track to live somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or at least help in that facet. But yeah, and then they've condensed that down to like between 100 and 200 very specific like tests. I think they call it TOIs, like test objects of interest, that they're going to focus on highly and kind of try to study a little more effectively than the others, because it might be the ones that we need to get to sooner rather than later, possibly if the GOP maintains control and everything and we have to leave here because it's not habitable.
Right, most definitely.
Yeah, but altogether pretty interesting stuff.
Yes, that's super cool.
What do you got for us?
Well, this week I'm going to start it out with a little bit of theory, actually. We don't normally hit too much theoretical stuff here, but I thought this was pretty damn cool. Recently, scientists, or rather physicists, have predicted a way to squeeze light out of the vacuum of empty space, pretty much. So there's this crazy phenomenon that happens with reactors, like nuclear reactors, when they're like submerged in water, is they emit this crazy blue light, right?
Right.
And that's because of these like supercharged particles that are like accelerating through the water, right? It's a translucent medium, so they're accelerating through it, and they're accelerating so fast that they're going faster than the energy they emit, the light that they emit. They're traveling faster than the light.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, and that's what's called. I'm gonna probably mess up this name because it's Russian. It's Cherenkov radiation.
I think you got it.
Cherenkov? Yeah, I think it's Cherenkov.
Yeah.
But so scientists have this new thing. They have this prediction that they think that they can get a Cherenkov radiation from a vacuum, like no water necessary.
Yeah.
They think that they can do it if they shoot a charged particle through an electromagnetic field in a vacuum. They'll still get the same effect.
To sort of act like that medium.
Yeah,
you're talking about.
And so, like, you're probably wondering, like, okay, so, like, yeah, that sounds like some crazy science stuff.
It's a little bit theoretical. So.
Like, and it's theoretical. Like, what does it really matter? Well, what this really means is, like, it could completely and utterly, like, change how we understand, like, the fundamental theory of, like, electricity and magnetism.
Well, those are kind of like the things we think, at least right now, that we have nailed down pretty hard.
Yeah, we really don't, because like
electricity and magnetism.
Yeah, like, I mean, we've got, like, the outer basics, like the big world type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can deal with electricity, and magnetism. We know how magnets work, but like physicists, they like dealing with tiny stuff. Oh yeah. So that's why like this is more like super big news for the field of quantum electrodynamics.
Whoa!
Another big sciencey.
You're trying to outdo my astroseismologist.
I know, right?
And my starquakes here.
So I mean, this is a really big thing though, because like this means like so much more, because they can tell these crazy sort of like shock waves that come from it as the the charged electron goes through the magnetic waves. It'll kind of like do like almost like a what would you call that?
Maybe like a shockwave type.
Like a shockwave, like when you break a sound barrier, what is that called?
Yeah,
sonic boom.
Sonic boom.
So it's like a sonic boom, only like on the quantum level,
Whoa.
Yeah,
dude.
And this could come into and develop like some pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah, well, dude, you brought a fucking really cool one to the table, because sort of as you mentioned, the fundamental principles of these types of things, like electromagnetism, we think we have a pretty good grasp on until you get down to that like quantum level. The quantum level sort of changes all the fucking rules that you thought you knew about the game that you were playing.
Oh yeah, like the rules are completely different.
Yeah.
Everything's all wishy-washy and squishy-wishy.
Yeah.
It's
So
crazy.
that's one of those ones where, dude, keep doing it, keep funding it, keep doing it, just shoot it as fast as you can, fucking theorize as much as you can, let's fucking do it.
Yeah,
I want to know more.
Unfortunately, like, for them to be able to test this theory out, it's gonna take something like super strong. Like they're gonna need like way more powerful lasers and way more powerful particle accelerators for this to actually happen. So like, CERN, that big particle accelerator over there in Sweden and France and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that needs to be like on the times 10 for it to like do crazy stuff like this.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's gonna be a while.
You're gonna
Let's
need,
just
you're
say
gonna
that.
need CERN like with the Infinity Stones and all 5 of them or 6 of them to be able to pull off this kind of shit. But
Yeah, I think if you got that
theoretically,
yeah,
like theoretical physics mode, because we don't usually go this route with Happy Science Time. Fucking crazy.
most definitely, yeah.
Just
I'm pretty sure though, if you throw a Infinity Stone anywhere near the CERN, you're gonna get some pretty crazy stuff.
probably end of the world mode.
Or like, beginning of a new world.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do whatever you want with the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
Snap.
It gets a little insane.
Moving right along from Marvel goofiness, let's talk about some goofy cells.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, this one's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, way back in 1920, a Soviet scientist was, doing sciencey things and looking at the cells in intestines, and he noticed these weird little, cells with like a top knot. Like,
Yeah.
They had this little puff on the top of them. And he couldn't fucking explain them at all. He's like, what the fuck are these? That's weird. But he documented it and stuff and moved on. And so have like a bunch of other researchers. So these little hipster cells, right?
These little top knot fellas.
Top knot guys. Turns out they're super important and super useful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we didn't figure it out until like 100 years later after they were discovered.
That's one of
it's
the
only been
craziest
recent.
parts. Yeah, that's one of the craziest parts about this story is that we're only looking at about a century ago from discovery to now, or most recently within a decade or so, figuring out like what the hell's going on there.
Right? So basically these guys, those little top knots, those little tufts that hang out, those cells have taste buds.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Cells with taste buds?
Yeah. And the thing is like these are in like your intestines, and they're in like your urethra.
My pee hole?
Your pee hole, yeah.
Ugh.
They're in your nose. They're all the tubes. All the tubes in your body, you got these.
If it's tubular, they're in there?
Yeah. I mean, not like blood vessels, but like,
The whole thing's tubular.
Yeah, I guess it kind of is. But like the stuff that like is exposed to the outside, so digestive system and like respiratory type thing.
Okay.
So basically, those taste cells taste pathogens and parasites and other bad news bears molecules. They taste them.
Interesting.
Yeah, because they can taste like bitter, sweet, umami, which like, umami is like pretty crazy culinary thing there. That's like the 5th taste.
Yeah.
But we'll save that for another podcast.
Happy culinary time.
Exactly. Can we do that?
No.
Oh,
It's happy science time or nothing.
damn it. So these guys, when they detect, the taste of a bad guy, like a bad cell or a bad parasite or something like that, what they do is they rally all of the other immunity type cells. So the white blood cells and the mucus producing cells and stuff like that. They're like
sound the big horn.
Yeah, they're lighting the torches of Gondor.
That's exactly what I was thinking about. They see on the different mountains throughout.
Yeah, that's what these guys do. And but that's not only what they do. They're also repairing fucking other cells around them.
Yeah, that's one of the big ones.
Oh yeah,
the healing.
There's healing factors in there too. So these guys that we haven't known about for fucking years are actually super, super important.
Damn.
For instance, when you get the norovirus, right? Food poisoning.
Yeah.
And you're on the toilet forever. You can thank these little guys.
Well, I was reading that was 600 million cases per year.
Well, yeah. Everyone gets food poisoning all the goddamn time.
Yeah.
And so
they're one of the first to kind of let the rest of your body know that.
Yeah, those little toughs are out there and they taste the norovirus. I'm like, ooh, we got some sweet norovirus here. All right, guys, it's time for a weep and sweep.
Yeah.
And what a weep and sweep is where the mucus producing cells go into overdrive.
Right.
And produce all this sort of mucus and everything like that. And then in cases of the digestive system, in the intestine, that's where the contractions go crazy, which is why you're on the toilet for, a billion years after you get food poisoning.
Oh, makes sense.
Is because it's expelling everything, So yeah. Basically, these little guys that we just figured out are actually super, super, useful. They're super helpful, and you kind of want them around, even if they are kind of weird and goofy with their little top knot type things. But I think that about wraps it up for this podcast. I'd like to once again thank the USA Singers for being our guests this week. They're a crazy bunch that was a whole bunch of fun, and they're more than welcome back anytime.
Oh, I absolutely look forward to future podcast interviews with that group. They were just a blast.
Yeah, you can reach them on Twitter at the USA Singers.
Yep.
You can reach me at Backyard Bull J.
And Backyard Bull T.
At Backyard Bull G.
Yeah.
T. Gotta remember the at.
Gotta have the at symbol in there.
It's important.
Not.
How will they know otherwise?
You're right. Yeah, we have a Gmail set up, the JT Backyard Bull at Gmail.
JT Backyard Bull at gmail.com.
JT, yeah. No and there.
Yeah, we also got that Facebook page. We got the YouTubes. Just search for J&T's Backyard Bull. I feel like we say that entirely way too much at the end of this podcast.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
But we do have to get the name out there.
Yeah. This is accounting for all of you who haven't listened before.
Yeah.
Most of you that have probably already shut it off.
Yeah, probably. Fair enough. But yeah, other than that, make sure to hit up iTunes or Spotify or YouTube for those the USA Singers albums. Go out and buy them. Those guys are great.
They've got the tracks. They're hilarious.
And they deserve it. They're awesome.
They're cool guys and extremely talented bunch. Just
Oh hell yeah!
amazingly talented bunch. I couldn't even like it's rough and to find groups like that have something to say that matters, that are also talented, and it's good.
I think they
like
like.
it.
I think they discovered their new band once Trump is gone while they were doing our podcast.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to.
You know, and that was just in the bullshitting phase.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
So I mean, who
It was
knows?
one of our biggest questions to them was, "What do you do when this orange pricks out of the office?"
Exactly.
So, but you'll have to tune into the interview to hear that. So,
Well, I mean, they already have this on the podcast, bro.
for any that haven't, I don't know.
Why would they be listening to the ad?
I skip forward to podcasts sometimes.
What? You're weird.
You just drag it when it gets boring. You think that's never happened on this podcast?
That's probably happened a lot. All right, fair enough, fair enough. I'll let it slide.
All right.
Moving along. You all have a wonderful night.
See you next week.
See you.